Welcome to Cooking with Papa Tuck in PapaTucks Kitchen. How y'all doing out there? Now I'd like to do a shout out to my grandson Marshall. How you doing, Marshall? You get your stuff together, you'll be cooking venison pretty soon too, because we're going to be doing a venison show up right now. And Papa Tuck got this venison this past hunting season. Beautiful 9-pointer. Yeah, that was one heck of a time. Alright, but what we're going to be doing here is we're just going to be throwing a quick venison meal together. And it's awesome for you sportsmen. You know, you come home, hard day at work, pull some venison out of the freezer that morning before you take off. It's all thawed out when you get home. Do us up a venison meal for the family. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to marinate it too beforehand a little bit. So you can actually marinate it in the morning too if you want. But the way I'm going to do this is you don't have to marinate, but you can actually use this as a marinating sauce and let it set overnight if you like too. I got potatoes. I've got probably about 2 pounds of potatoes going into this. We're going to be using the Presto. Love that Presto. We've got an onion. We've got a green pepper. You can use a couple of them if you wish. You can actually put mushrooms into this too if you want to. Maybe some portobello. Slice them all up into slices. I'm not putting portobello in this time, but sometimes I do. I got some fresh ginger. I'm going to slice up some fresh ginger to put into this. And I've got a real nice sized clove of garlic I'm going to cut into it. A stick of butter. I got some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, say that 5 times real fast. But we got Worcestershire sauce going into this. I got about a half a cup of white wine going into this. And I also put a little apple cider vinegar in it. It helps tenderize the meat. Or you can use your favorite meat tenderizer, okay? Kind of tenderize the venison a little bit. And we also have a little bit of light brown sugar going into this. So let me show you what we get going here. Get the binoculars on so I can see. Oh! Forgot the meat. We took the meat out. It's all thawed out. The package is all up from the butcher. And we're gonna take this out and we're gonna slice it up. But let me get the prep into the Presto first, and then I'll show you how I slice my meat up for this. So let me just set them right there. God, I love that. It's nice, nice, nice. So let's move this stuff out the way a little bit, right, like this. And we'll start by dicing that onion up a little bit, okay? Put the ginger right there. Okay. Let's get the onion going. So we're going to take the outside peel off that onion, okay? Now, this is an onion that's a good size onion. Very good size onion. We used this a little bit on the last cook that I did, so we just get the skin off it. We got the flat side down, okay? Just throw that over there for Mama Tuck to clean up. Yeehaw! How you like that, Marshall? I love it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that onion. We got the flat side down. We're going to set that down on our meat board, okay? And we're going to chop down, but we're not going through all the way. All right? If you don't have a dicer, this is the way to do it. Just like this. Now remember, we're not going through all the way. You got to be able to hold that onion together, okay? And be careful, you new cooks out there, you don't cut your finger. Even us old cooks do that. All right, now we got that pretty much chopped up. Now I didn't go all the way through. I only went through to about here, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I slice this way. So now I'm going to take the end off right here. Just like that. We're going to set that aside and we're going to flip that up. Okay? Now we're just going to take and cut our dices off. Just like this. We got a nice sharp knife here. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? And there's our dices. And what we're going to do is let me put this over here. Get that right out of the way. We're going to put our diced onions. Let me chop this up a little bit too. Just like that. Okay? Our onions are going into the Presto. Just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to save that onion for a little bit later into another food. Let's set that right there. Now, we're going to take a piece of ginger and we're going to get that skin off it like this. Just chop the skin off it. Break that up a little bit like this. Okay? Just get the skin off it, okay? That's it right there. Now, what we're going to do, move that aside. We're just going to kind of cut the ginger up a little bit. Just like this. Now you can use a grater and you can grate this in too, but I'm not doing that, okay? And I'm going to cut my ginger up into little tiny pieces, like this. Okay, now you new cooks out there, be careful you don't cut your fingers. Now that's about what we want for the ginger. Oh, that one's a little bit too big. There we go, nice. Now, we're going to pick that ginger up and we're going to put it right into our Presto over here. Just like that. Boy, smell that ginger. That smells good. Yeehaw, and ginger is good for you. Okay, now let's do the same thing to pepper. Now, our pepper, let me show you an easy way. What we're going to do, show you, maybe the camera can come in here. Okay, now we've got a pretty good sized green pepper here. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut the outside edge of this thing like this, okay? Just like that. And then your insides pop right out. Look at that. That's you can't beat it. And then you still got pepper here, so just take and cut that right off. Okay? We're going to be using that. And then the rest you throw over there for Mama Tuck cleanup. Yeah! So the peppers can go right in there like that. Put our cut side down. And we're just going to chop that pepper up into slices. Look at that, huh? No big deal. Get the ends all cut back in there. There's your pepper. Now we're not going too crazy with the pepper. We're just going to cut it up a little bit. It don't have to be diced real fine. I mean, you can go crazy and really dice this up fine if you want to, but you don't need to for this dish. Okay, this is just a little bit of color, and it's a little bit of flavor. Look at that. There we go, and there's our pepper. Now we're going to throw that right in there. And we'll do the same thing. We got to get this garlic cut up. Now I got a real nice sized garlic, and I love these bigger garlics. Cut the end of it off, get the skin off it. Get that backside cut off, like that. And we get the skin off it. Boy, that skin's hanging right on there. Yee-haw! Boy, I love the smell of fresh garlic. That smells nice. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the garlic. We're just going to kind of dice it up a little bit real fine, okay? Just like that. Nice. Now, like I say, be careful, you new cooks out there. Don't cut your finger. Go slow when you get to that end. And then we're just going to chop that dice it and chop it. Look at that, huh? Just like that. Nice. A little bit more. There we go. And we're going to put that garlic into our mix. Okay, now mix that around a little bit. Get that ginger out of the way. Put that right up there. We have a stick of butter going into this. So let's just get our butter opened up. Just like that. One whole stick of butter going right into that. Yeehaw! God, I love the smell of that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn that Presto up on low. And we're just going to start bringing this up to a small simmer, okay? Very, 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 very low. I'm going to put that on 275, okay? All right, now we need to get our potatoes into this, all right? So what we're going to do is, like I said, I got about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of potatoes. And what I'm doing with these, and I'm using the red potatoes, and I'm going to put skin and all right in there. So I just want to take and slice these potatoes up into slices, like this. And they're going to be about 1/2 inch thick, okay? So when you're done, you got about this for a slice of potato. About 1/2 inch thick, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And these are going right in there. And you're sort of just going to mix them around. Let's get that right in there too. Look at that. 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch slices, okay? You get to the end, you can chop them like that. Just want to slice them up. Now, if you want to get even faster at putting these things together, you can get canned potatoes that are already sliced. But that takes away from the cook. They're already really cooked. Okay? Get the end of that off there. I don't like that. You got to watch out for the ends that are a little bit too ripened. Just like that, right in there. Ooh, that's starting to warm up. That's starting to warm up now. Get that right there. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. God, this makes a nice meal right here. And it fills you right up. Fills you right up, this meal. We're going to do up a show with homemade corn chowder, too. You're going to like that. My great-grandma used to sit there, and I'd be coming home from the cold winter. I'd walk in there, and I'd smell that homemade corn chowder cooking. Oh, my God, was that ever good. And that was really, really big back during the Depression because a lot of people didn't have a lot of money. And corn chowder was really inexpensive to make, like it is now, too. I mean, we're not into a depression right now, but some, I can't really say that because some of us feel like it's a depression out there. These are very hard times that we're living in right now. So, I mean, the better priced meals that you can get for the family, the better off you are. That's the way I look at it. Hurry up, oh, almost rolled off onto the floor there. Now you can get yourself a potato slicer here too. And run these right through a potato slicer. Look at that, huh? Nice. Basically, now the potatoes are all going in there together. And we're going to saute all this up together. What we'll do is start working on our meat while this is cooking on a slow heat. We're bringing this up to temperature. And actually, I am going to take and put the top on that. Boy, that is smelling good. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get this off the meat board. And we're going to take and get our meat ready. Now that's coming up to temp real slow. We're just going to let it slowly come up to temp. All right, let's get our meat out. Boy, they wrapped that up nice. Well, I'll tell you what, that's that Cisco up there in Hartford, New York is the meat cutter. He did a beautiful job wrapping this stuff up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Went to a professional butcher and had it all done up. So let's set that right there. Put this over to the side so the dogs can get into it when we aren't looking. Yeah, they like to eat too. Love hunting season. Well, I tell you what, hunting season is a big one right now with all this gun control bull that's going on all over the country. Trying to take our Second Amendment rights away. What are they, nuts? My God, there's a lot of veterans out there up in arms over that. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to take and cut our meat up a little bit. Look at this. Now we got us a nice couple pieces of venison right here. It's still just a little bit frozen, which I really like it because if you would break it up, these are nice steaks, okay? I'm leaving them together and I'm cutting them into chunks, okay? Like that, like that, like that, and like that. And we're going to throw them right into that glass dish, okay? Same thing with this one. Like that, like that, like that. There. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get them into the bottom of that glass dish. Spread them out a little bit. Just like that. Right up there. I'm going to go wash my hands and I'll show you how the rest of this we get the mix all going in it. Let me get my hands washed. All right. You got to try to keep your hands clean. Food safety in your kitchen. Food safety is important everywhere. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to throw a little bit of PapaTucks coffee in there. PapaTucks coffee is wine. This is a little bit of white wine, okay? And we're going to put about, oh my God, 1/4 cup in there. Just about like that. Just about like that. We're going to take some Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to put, this is probably going to equivalent about 3 tablespoons. But we're just going to dash it over the top like this. That's about 3-4 tablespoons. And then I'm going to use some apple cider vinegar in here, okay? And this is probably about the same. 3-4 tablespoons going to go in here. Just like that. Just like that. Okay? And now, like I said, you can use meat tenderizer too. Normally I would not use this right now because I would have done this last night. It would have been sitting in the refrigerator all night long, and the vinegar would have absorbed into it and really helps tenderize the meat. You know, the vinegar does. But we're going to put a little meat tenderizer on here, just like this. That's probably about a half a teaspoon of meat tenderizer that just went on there. Okay, and then we're actually going to take our brown sugar, and this is probably a 1/4 cup worth of brown sugar being sprinkled over the top of this, okay? No more than that. Just like that. That's about a 1/4 cup, and that's it, okay? And then just sort of mix that around like this. And let that soak into the meat. Now, what I'm doing, now normally, like I say, if you did this last night, you could take and put some saran wrap right over the top of this, put it into the refrigerator, and let it soak all night. Okay? That makes a very nice marinade. Okay, so let's put that up the side right there. And we got to check our vegetables, see how they're coming up to a cook. So let's check them out. My God, smell that garlic and ginger cooking. Oh yeah. Yeehaw, I'm liking that. We'll put that over the top, right over on the counter over there. We're going to take some black pepper and we're going to sprinkle it over the top of them taters. Just about like this. Just about like that. Not a lot of pepper, just enough for flavor. Now let's stir these up a little bit and take a look at them. Now these, oh my God, does that ever smell good? Turn that up. These potatoes are starting to brown in there just a little bit. Look at that. Now, what we're going to do, just like that. Okay, now I mix that around a little bit. Everything's mixed in. We're cooking. We are going to put our meat right in here. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole batter that's right here and we're going to shovel it right in and put it right over the top of the fixings. Just like this. Yes, oh my God, does that ever smell good? Just like that. Okay? Oh my God, does that ever smell good? That brown sugar is all mixed in there real nice. Okay? Now, we are not putting our marinade juice into this. That's going to get thrown right away. So let's mix that around. There's enough flavor that got into the pores of that meat. And like I say, if you marinated that for 12 hours or so, 6 to 12 hours, that's going to be real nice. So this we're getting rid of. And we're going to turn around, stir this just a little bit more on the sides, make sure that we're not burning. Oh my God, does that ever smell good? And we're going to put the top right back on that. There we go. I'm going to pick this mess up a little bit there, Marshall. And we're going to throw together a corn chowder real quick. And you don't really need a lot for the corn chowder. I'll start putting that together right now and explain to it as we do it. So we'll have corn chowder and a nice venison meal tonight. All right. Now, this corn chowder is very simple way of doing it. It's not my great-great-grand's way of doing it. We'll do that on another show. This is a quick way, inexpensive, throw it on. A couple cans of corn, okay? A couple cans of diced potatoes, okay? Get yourself a thing of heavy cream, a big one, all right? And you're going to need some, oh boy, you're going to need some bacon. Oh, there. You're going to need some bacon bits, okay? And some pepper. And a piece of onion. So, and a half a stick of butter. This is very simple. So let's start by throwing a half a stick of butter in the pan. And let's just chop these onions up a little bit. Now this is actually the leftover onion from our venison mix. Just dice them up a little bit, that's all. No big deal. Look at that. Like I say, I'll show you Great Graham's way of doing it later. So let's throw the onions in there. There we go. Very simple. Diced potatoes. Juice and all goes in there. That goes over there for Mama Tuck. Yeah! I like that, baby Marshall. Another can of potatoes. Throw that one over there for Mama Tuck. And then look at this. We got they're making things so easy. You get these little flip tops. Can of corn. Throw that in there. Juice and all. Look at that. So easy. You'll throw another can in there. Now this is not creamed corn. This is whole kernel. Whole kernel. Whole kernel corn. Say that 5 times fast. I have to put that in the new game we're making. Okay? And then we're going to take that heavy cream. Get that opened up. That whole thing's going to go in there of the heavy cream. Oh my God, I love corn chowder. And like I say, this is a very, very inexpensive and fast corn chowder. And like that, we'll do another show. Yeah, there you go, Mama Tuck. We'll do another show on making it right from scratch. And then we're going to throw, about 5 tablespoons of bacon bits in there. Just like that. And then all you do is you throw this mix onto the stove and warm it up. That's about it. So let's put that right over on the stove. Let's turn that burner up onto about medium high. Let it start cooking. And let's check our main course. See how it's doing. Oh my God, does that ever smell good? Camera wanted to get a close up, and I'll kind of pick it up a little bit. But look how this is cooking now. Everything is cooking up very nice here. The potatoes are just about done. And like I say, when them potatoes are done, this meal's about done. And you'll notice as you're cooking, now I've been keeping the top onto it, it is cooking, and as it cooks, it's making its own juice, okay? We did not add anything but a stick of butter to this. This is cooking all in its own juice, and I've been cooking this in the Presto at about 250, 275 area. Actually, I'm going to put that right on 250. Okay, now looking at this, it needs a little bit more pepper. Salt and pepper to taste. All right, we're going to put just a little bit more pepper on this and let that cook. Now, we're going to throw the top back on this. And I'll tell you what, as soon as those potatoes are nice and tender, that meal's done and ready to serve. So let's go over here and stir our corn chowder. Oh my God, does that ever look good. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to, let me get that off there. We're going to add about a quarter teaspoon of black pepper to this. Okay, just like that. We're just going to let that come up to temperature. I'm going to keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it as it cooks. That cream is going to thicken up a little bit. And I mean, everything is basically done that went in there. So all we're doing is bringing this up to a nice high heat, and it'll be ready to serve. So let's wait for our full course meal to get going. Let's stir this up. And as you noticed, this whole meal preparation is only taking about a half hour. So you just worked your tail off all day. You come home and you're making your family a nice home-cooked meal. All right, now the corn chowder just starting to warm up nice. That butter's starting to melt into it. I put a top on it, okay? You get that off of there. Stir it just a little bit. Oh my God, does that ever smell good? Let's bring this over. Here. Let me get that off of there like this. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me get the pot holder over here. Oh my God, does that corn chowder smell good? Look at that now. The butter is just I can't tip it too much. The butter just starting to melt in there. The onions are starting to cook up. Oh my God. And what we'll do here, we'll bring this up to a boil. And as soon as them onions get tender, because they went in fresh, this is done. And the cream should be nice and thick by then. So let's get that right back on the burner. Yee-haw! Stir it just a little bit more, like that. Put the top right back onto that. And let's check our venison meal, PapaTucks venison meal. Oh my God, does that ever smell good? Let the water drip right back down in there. Oh my God, look at this. Now these taters are just about done. They're actually starting to brown a little bit, so this is a good time to stir this, because we don't want things burning on the bottom. Look at that. Oh my God, does that ever smell good? What we should do, oh my God, does that ever smell good? We are going to check a potato real quick and see how tender they are, okay? So let's get one of the thicker potatoes out of here. Find a thicker one. There's one right there. Oh my God, it's falling right apart. They're done. So what you're looking for here is just to see how tender your potato is. That fork goes right in there, so look at that. The knife goes in there so easy, it's not funny. Look, you cut that right, and look at, I mean really, that's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir it just a little bit more, and I'm going to turn this down to a very low warm, okay? And then let me turn that down to warm in the presso, put the top right back onto it, and when our corn chowder's done, this meal's done. So let's get back into stirring the corn chowder a little bit. All right, my grandson Marshall, dinner's just about done. Now, the cream is thickened up on the corn chowder. I'm going to bring it right over and show you what it looks like. We turned it right off. Now remember, we kept stirring it. Oh my God, does that ever smell good, Marshall? Look at that. Get the binoculars on so I can see. And we'll take just some of this out. Look at this. Oh my God, does that ever look good? Oh, put a little cream in there. That is what the corn chowder looks like. Look at that. Oh my God. Is that ever so good? Let's put that down. Oh, that smells so good. Now let's take a look at the venison meal. Oh my God, does that ever look appetizing? Okay, let's put some of that on the plate. We'll show you what it looks like. Now, you can also take and put snow peas in this, some green beans in this. Let me just dish it out a little bit. Oh my God, look at that. Get some venison right on the top of that. Oh my God, does this ever smell good? You can smell the garlic just a little bit. It's not overwhelming. The ginger, I mean the spices are just perfect for this. What I'll do is I'll take and put these recipes. Actually, they're in my new cookbook that I'm writing. It's almost done, but we're going to put these new recipes on the website for you. But look at this. You've got homemade corn chowder, quick style, and you've got a beautiful venison meal here. So the really cool thing about this is you stayed out of the fast food joints and you cooked this meal in your kitchen. Yeehaw!